The RBZ Stage 2 3-wood has been in my bag for the last 14 or 15 years. I've tried and compared it against all the new kids on the block. Nothing has ever compared. Today, Jake's going to come in and use some of the new gear to see if he can outfit me for this 3-wood. So tune in to see who wins, the RBZ Stage 2 or Jake.
Today I have a tall task ahead. I'm going to try and replace Harrison's 3-wood that he has had for 14 years. Now, this has lasted you through collegiate golf, through playing on the national team. This is a club that you've trusted for a very long time. I feel somewhat confident that with newer technology that there's going to be something out there that's going to be more forgiving, give you a little bit better shot shaping here. But I want you to kind of tell me why this club has lasted in your bag for as long as it has.
Well, to start, I guess the club is the RBZ TaylorMade Stage 2, not the Stage 1. It's the Tour 3-wood, so it's like smaller, compact head. Got it lofted down at 13.5. This year, I've moved it into the Ventus Red 7X. It's a shaft I play in my driving irons, my driver, everything. So just feels really comfortable in this. I mean, I think the main thing is, right, it's a comfort level thing. I'm sure there is something out there that's probably going to blow it away, right? But I've seen I've tried a lot of different 3-woods over my collegiate career. All of them, I really tend to struggle with a really high spinny ball flight. Seeing the ball go a little bit left. So if this is a club that's going to replace my driver for tee on a tight hole, well, that's going to do me no favors, right? I need to trust that it's going to hit the fairway. So, but yeah, so a lot of comfort level. Performance is great. I love the ball flight, love how it spins. So you've got a very tall task ahead.
Absolutely. Well, let's get some gamer data here, kind of talk through the ball flight, the shots that you like to hit with it, and then we'll get into some clubs.
All right.
All right, Harrison, I'm going to have you hit about 4 or 5 shots here. Just get some gamer data for me. I also want you to hit any kind of specialty shots that you might hit with this club that we can reference as we're trying other options.
All right, I like 4 normal ones, and we'll maybe tag the other specialty shots and compare, right?
Perfect.
I'm going to hit them all off the ground because I've got a weird superstition that I don't like hitting anything off the tee. Even on a par 3, I won't tee a ball up. So, so that's an interesting point. When we were in fittings, when we're fitting fairway woods at least, we'll ask the people who are fitting, do play off a tee or on the ground, because that's what we need to fit them to, right?
What is the shape that you like to see from this club? Is it dead straight, slight cut, slight draw?
Just that one.
Perfect.
I typically try to hit like a straight, I'll call it a draw with my irons. It's more of a pull.
Sure.
But I like to try and cut my woods. So when I'm building stuff, I try and make something that I know that just won't go left. I can take that half of the bag, that side of the golf course out of play,
completely.
and I can just really commit to the shots.
Absolutely. Are you pretty pleased with the peak height and land angle you see from this?
You know, I would say it's lower. For the purpose that I use it for, I would say this is slightly too low for what I'd want. I think that land angle could be a little bit higher, but when we get into some of those specialty shots, I have a kind of system of what I would do. Like this is a shots I'm hitting right now, kind of, if I'm on it on a par 4 tee box that's really tight, can't hit driver, maybe runs out 300, something like that. This is the type of shot I'd hit there. I have another shot that I would use, call that specialty shot. That would hit into the greens, and I do like the peak height on those.
Absolutely.
But I'll show you one more of these before we hit that. We'll just hit that one specialty shot where it's, if I'm hitting into a par 5, how do I approach it?
I think one thing we didn't mention, where is your fairway wood set right now for loft?
So I got it down to 13 and a half. 13 and a half. All right, so all 4 of those pretty typical is what I would say. Awesome. Pretty typical. If anything, I'm going to see it leak a little bit right, which is, that's just golf.
So your specialty shot, is that going to be more of like a higher cut?
Yeah, I call it it's a high cut. Jake will know because he's played golf with me. I kind of call anything that's a high cut, I call it a flop shot. So basically, it's going to be a high cut flop shot 3-wood is essentially what it is.
So we saw peak height get it to about 114. Spin rate jumped about 1,000 RPMs there, landing out 45. So, I mean, you clearly can hit this high enough if you'd like.
I wouldn't say the 3-wood's in the bag every single round over the last 10 years since I've been playing it. I play a lot of 2-iron, 3-iron combo. A lot of college, I was playing 2-iron, 3-iron. I'd have 3-wood there for situations like that last one there. carrying about 255 and 270 total. So
Yep.
really, this club gets switched in if there's a par 4 where I can't hit it more than 300 yards. Good example of this was at Troon for the US Mid-Am this year. There was a lot of 300 max end of fairway desert.
Sure.
This club was very handy because it kind of gives me kind of that 270, 280 mark. But so it's important to kind of have a few. Well, for me, when playing competitive golf, it's important to have a few different options to what I could really do.
Absolutely.
But I'll try and give you one more of those.
Would you say that your 3-wood is more of a priority for hitting into par 5s than it is anything off the tee?
Yeah, 100%. I think when I'm like assessing a course, when I'm playing in a practice round, I'm looking at. I would always say, just kind of growing up in England, having driving irons all the time, kind of.
Sure.
With it being a little bit dry, just makes sense, and a little bit windier. I'm way more comfortable using a 2-iron as a fairway finder than a 3-wood. Especially I've had previous experience of 3-wood just going left of me.
Yep.
Just bad memories, battle scars, if you'll put it that way. So yeah, I'm looking at this club really being as a course where I need to push something as close as I can to 280, 290 before the end of the fairway.
Okay.
This will probably go in the bag. And then any golf course where it's got some pretty long par 5s. I remember in the state amateur last year, the Minnesota State Amateur last year, there was a par 5 which I couldn't. I was playing the 2-iron in the practice round, and I just could not reach it I couldn't reach that one of the par 5s and 2. So I switched this in for the first round, and now I can reach that par 5 and 2, and it gives me a better opportunity to score.
Okay, absolutely.
But yeah,
So,
I think it's a pretty good indication of what I'd usually see from this.
Perfect. Yeah. So I mean, we're seeing about a 12-yard carry difference between the two. Peak height is about 25 feet higher. So pretty significant difference there in terms of ball flight and carry distance. What's interesting is your launch angle is actually 0.2 degrees lower, but because our club path has gotten more across and our face angle is a little bit kind of matching that there, we're seeing a lot more spin.
Yeah.
Impact elevation on that is also slightly more heel. So I'll pull that up here as well. So you're kind of manipulating spin with impact location, which a higher level player like yourself, I'm not shocked to see that.
Yeah, I'm realist. Really, all it is me hitting that flop shot through it, right? Whereas I'm just trying to hit. I know if I put a bit more cut on this golf ball, it's gonna spin more. It's hitting out the heel, gonna make it spin more. So that's kind of just the way I'm manipulating this club to make it come down nearly 10 degrees softer.
For sure. So I would say if this is going to be an off the tee club for you, one of the things that I would want to focus on here is our delta on spin. When we leaped one right here, we were at 2,400. We kept it straight there, we were at 29. I just want to try and see if I can get that spin rate a little bit more consistent. That's just going to help with predictability of ball flight.
Yeah.
I also wouldn't mind seeing maybe just a little bit more spin out of that 3-wood, just kind of off the deck there on your standard shot, because again, I think it's going to help you find more fairways and give you a little bit more control there.
Yeah, for sure.
If we're looking to stay in a similar loft but have an option with a bit more spin to it, I'm already thinking the Titleist GT1 Tour.
Yep.
I think that's where I want to start. I'm going to keep the shaft as similar as I possibly can throughout testing. We might look at shaft here once we've established a head, if there is anything, in fact, that can beat that.
Yeah, sure.
A player at your caliber, if you're playing a club for that long, it clearly works for you. I won't be shocked if by the end of this we're sticking with that head there, but I'm going to give it my best shot.
All right, we'll try.
All right, Harrison, I got the Titleist GT1 Tour here. This is a 14.5 degree fairway wood that I have set at 13.75.
Okay.
I also have the face open a little bit. As you can see, there are two different weight ports here. I have the heavy weight in the back to provide a little bit more launch and spin and kind of our standard off the ground shots. And then we don't have that exact Ventus ride to throw in here. So I grabbed the Diamana Blue board.
Okay.
It's going to be as close as what we have on hand.
Sure. Let's do it. Well, initial thoughts putting it down, definitely a completely different shape to what the RBZ is, which is normal, right? It's just feels like it's a little bit more long on the backside.
Yes.
If anything, kind of like a conical shape, a bit more triangle than what I would see in that. In the RBZ, it's kind of very rounded.
Yes.
It's very classic fairway looking.
Absolutely.
But don't totally hate it.
Okay.
We'll start with those regular shots as well. Oh, managed to get it to go left.
Okay. Left, but with a lot of spin.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what. I mean, that was a pretty decent strike, and for it to pull, for me to have pulled it, I should say. Then, if with the spin still kind of being that high, that indicates it might be a little bit too high in spin when I catch one properly.
Sure.
But we'll give it a few more. That was just thinned, so that'll be interesting. Yeah, that was a thin.
We were definitely seeing more spin. Sounded better.
Yeah, okay, a little bit off the bottom again.
Yeah, that
just
is
a lot,
way too
just
much
pretty
spin.
high in spin.
Yeah,
you know,
let me see that real quick. I'm going to throw the heavyweight forward, but
yeah.
I think that this might just be a little bit too much spin for you.
Yeah, which is, like I said from the start, there's a very common theme I've had with fairway woods. It's been really hard for me to get fit into a good fairway wood.
Sure.
Just because I always see a lot of spin. I don't love seeing a lot of spin.
Yeah.
So maybe mine's slightly aggressively on the low side, but for a 3 wood at least.
My next move will be move you into the GT2. It's going to be a lot more similar to your head as far as like spin and launch characteristics go. It's also going to be a lot more rounded.
But I can see how that's been a very popular option on tour this year.
Yeah.
Just gives you the stability. I mean, for a higher spinning model like the GT1 is, it's not crazy high in spin.
No.
You know, if I was to swing it a little bit better and I could get the right launch characteristics out of it, I don't see why not, right?
Yeah, and then the Tour has a little heavier head weight too to kind of pair up with a little faster club head speed as well. This is actually a club that I'm very heavily considering for myself as well, but I'll be doing the opposite where I will be setting in the loft as high as it can go.
Well, I'll try not to put you off over the next few swings. That was a better strike.
Yeah, ball speed jumped up.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you feel about that? I mean, that was kind of like your high cut ball flight before.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that was hit pretty good, but everything was just slightly higher, right? The
Yep.
spin was a little bit higher.
Launched
the
higher.
launch was a little bit higher. I mean,
Yep.
and to be honest with you, the ones that I have to hit, sort of the flop shot through wood, I call it, even though it's a stupid name for it, it's just a high cut. Like, I really have to work to do that. So
Sure.
if I could just hit a regular shot like that one and get the same results, then I'm all for making golf easier.
Now, how much would you weigh losing distance? Because you said you used this off the tee quite a bit.
Yeah.
That was 276. Our average was about 10 yards longer with your other one.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I'm not too fussed about that really, because
Okay.
like I said, I'm only putting this in play on a course where it's 280 max or 300 max, and I can't hit the driver down there anymore.
Yep.
You know, but I want to still get as close as I can, so I still have a wedge in my hand, not laying back with a 3-iron and having 60, 70 yards left
Sure.
on the table, right?
Yep.
So we'll see a few more, but that felt pretty good.
Yeah.
There's still quite a lot of spin. Stayed.
It's getting up there plenty.
I was going to say, that's a very similar strike shot to that one I did hit with the RBZ where it leaked out right.
Sure.
What I will say about that, though, with it just having a little bit more spin on it, that is a little bit more control. So there is something to be said with that.
Maybe one more, but I would not say that
I won't say I'm
this
loving
has
this.
shown me enough.
No, I'm not loving it. So the feel of it doesn't feel great.
Okay.
If anything, it feels a little bit too heavy.
Sure.
From a head point of view.
Okay.
But then an absolutely crunched one. Yeah, I hit that
Yeah,
really
that
good.
is just too much spin.
Hit it really good, but 2-iron spin.
Yep. All right.
But that's kind of exactly what I've seen from all through fittings that I've had.
Sure.
In recent times, at least.
All right, I've got 13.5 degree GT2 here. Should be a little bit lower spin.
Okay. Same shaft.
Yep, same shaft there. Just
Yep.
give that a couple swings. But if we don't like it rather quickly, I think we're just going to move on to the next option.
Yeah, I think from a looks point of view, definitely a little more rounded, a bit more like the RBZ.
Yep.
But I mean, I know it's got 13.5 degrees of loft, but for some reason I see a lot of face here. So that is one thing that kind of puts me off straight away.
Okay. I mean, I always can lower the loft a little bit if we need to.
Yeah.
But
But 13,
if
I'd
we-
like let's keep it apples to apples, right, with the
Yeah.
loft. I think that makes sense.
Caught well.
I'll say I hit that one good.
Yeah.
Much
that
better
was-
numbers.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
3,000 spin, 102 feet of height. Didn't lose any distance on that. And I love that shot.
I mean, that was actually pretty good. I mean, that was a close middle ground between the two,
Exactly.
like regular shot and the specialty shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good swing again there.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, this is pretty impressive so
I'm
far.
liking that, yeah.
It's kind of ticking all the boxes you're looking for at the start. A little bit higher in spin, kind of middle ground of that land angle.
Yep.
So don't have to do as much as what I was doing with the RBZ.
I'm pretty pleased with this so far.
That one was off the bottom, so it's interesting to see what happens.
Yeah.
That
Spin here.
Yeah, I mean, that is where I get kind of put off. So, wasn't that bad of a swing, but that spin jumped over 1,000 RPM. So, if I hit that on the golf course and I've now lost 15, 20 yards in carry there, maybe more. Yeah, about 20 yards in carry. Instant, like, we can't really see it on the TrackMan here, but if it was outside, I'd see that thing would have ballooned, and that would have been instant out the bag.
Okay.
So I'll hit one more of it, but
all right.
Between not liking the look of the face
and
a shot that wasn't that bad, spin up that high, that almost goes straight away.
Yeah, absolutely. No, this is great. I like the honesty and being straightforward about it.
I mean, great shot again. I mean, great strike there.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, the ones that are coming out the middle are doing exactly what I want it to do, but
the misses just aren't working.
Yeah, when I'm playing competitive golf, if I've hit, that one's carried 260, the one before carried 240. That's a 20-yard jump. If I'm on the golf course, I'm not going to be very happy because this is flat conditions. That's into the wind. Well, that thing's gone 220. I'm going to that'd be no bueno.
All right, next one I'm going to try is going to be the Ping G400 LST.
Yep. Okay.
All right, we got Ping G440 LST there.
Okay.
In the Denali 70-gram extra stiff.
Cool.
It's a 15 degree that I have set to 13.5. It's going to sit rather open because of that de-lofting. So that should also help with any kind of miss left.
Yeah, and I did play Ping fairway woods for a couple of years. Mainly, when I was kind of in that national team setup, I was playing Ping during that time. So this is not too unfamiliar for me. I haven't played the LST models yet because these ones are the last couple of years. So I'm interested to see how this works. But I think even when I had that in the play, I think I was still using kind of that driving iron setup.
Sure.
So I wouldn't say I was too confident with it. Whew. And high and spin.
A lot of spin.
I mean, that wasn't my best shot. So I'll give it a few more before I make any judgments.
All right. Okay. I think this is a too high and spin for you.
Yeah, I'll hit one more just to make sure, but that was hit.
Yep.
About as good as this little body can hit.
Ping tends to be a higher spin option in a fairway wood. That's why I grabbed the LST, but even in the LST, we're just seeing way too much spin.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. But let me hit one more. Yeah, I mean, even when I pull it, it's still too high spin. Yeah. Nope. Yeah, I would say as well, from a looks point of view, I actually felt like this one sat too open. It felt like I was almost having to manipulate it to kind of get back into the spot I wanted. So yeah, wasn't doing much for me.
All right, next is going to be QI35.
All right.
Just the standard core model. This one I can click right onto your shaft. So here we'll be back to the Ventus Red.
Nice.
We'll see what 14 years of technology can do.
This is a mini swing report inside of inside of another test.
All right, so because this is TaylorMade, I was able to put this head right into your shaft, same setting and everything, so it should feel pretty familiar there.
Yep.
Again, just looking to see a slight increase in spin, maybe a little bit more height and carry out of it.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, with this core model, it definitely has a bit more familiarity with that RBZ did. Shape looks a little bit more like what I'm used to.
Sure.
So from a looks point of view, it's ticking boxes already.
That was mashed.
Yeah, that was hit good.
Okay.
Well, a little higher in spin. That was nice.
How was the strike on that?
Yeah, pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah. Hard to tell right away if it's just the comfort level of the same shaft or it's, but we'll see a couple more. That wasn't my best strike, but interesting to see what happens.
That'll work out.
Didn't really move much with that spin. Interesting.
Very good.
Yeah, hit that one good.
Wow.
Slightly high ball flight though.
I mean, we're definitely getting more peak eye from that.
Yeah.
Our carry distance is about 5 yards behind the gamer, but you can see total distance is a lot shorter.
Yeah.
Just because that spinner head has increased so much. Because our peak height's at 113, our spin's where it's at, I think I'm just going to take you all the way down to lower. We're still at one click above, so I'm going to lose a little bit more loft there.
Yeah.
Just see how that compares, because honestly, from a ball speed standpoint, I'm pretty happy. We gained about half a mile an hour there. And it seems like control was pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. I think, yeah, maybe just bring that loft down to one more click down. I think would probably be the happy zone. I think losing a full 15 yards in total distance is maybe
that's too much.
aggressive for me. That last shot was good. Kind of worrying how high that one went. I think if I was playing in some windy conditions, that might kind of get gobbled up in the wind. I like kind of see like a very middle flight with my fairway woods.
Yep.
Because I'm trying to usually try and reach a long par 5 and 2, or get it as far down as I can. Yeah, felt pretty good.
Pulley?
Yeah, a little bit pulley. But that is kind of that one where it's just gone a little bit left of me that I'm not really too keen on.
Yeah. Good strike.
That was it pretty good.
Still a little higher in spin, though, that I want to see.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think I've seen enough of this.
Yeah. So I think
I'm not shocked to see that yours is pretty hard to beat right now because you've used it for such a long time. You're obviously very fond of it. I think really what I'm looking for is I want to find something that's like right at 3,000 spin that cuts every time.
Yeah.
That would kind of be our gold zone there.
Yeah, for sure. And I think when we was looking at differences between ball flights, what I would like to see if I'm playing in a tournament, like we looked at, I think it was the GT2 where I lost like about 20 yards in distance.
Yep.
Instant no. This one, I'm seeing it go left, battle scars, no, put it away, ping, way too high and spin. That thing would last 2 seconds on a links golf course. So there's a few things I'm kind of like looking for. I'm being very picky, being very golf club snob right now. But like, if you're trying to perform at a high level and play in high level events, you kind of got to be, right?
Absolutely. All right. We've got the Cobra Dark Speed Adapt here.
Okay.
This has really been a dark horse for me, especially as far as bringing spin rate down. I have this set to 13 degrees, as flat as it can go, and then I also put more weight in the toe portion of this to help fight kind of a left miss.
Okay. Sounds like it's ticking my boxes. I think initially putting this down, I do like the shape of it.
Sure.
It's a little bit, I wouldn't say it's smaller, but it's more rounded, a bit more compact. Definitely suits my eye a little bit better than some of those other options. I think from a looks point of view, maybe that TaylorMade, that QI35, and probably this is the
closest.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I like that. Even for being a little higher in spin, you still got about 270 out of it.
I was going to say, that was a little high in spin, but I got plenty of land angle. They didn't have to manipulate anything to get that much land angle. So if I was hitting into a par 5, I don't have to hit a specialty shot or anything like that.
I also like seeing that your spin rate jumped as high as it did, and our peak height was still 111.
Yeah.
It didn't balloon.
It's actually quite, even though it spins high, it's actually still quite a flat flight. Oh, I towed that. Woohoo. Toey. All right, well.
That worked out.
Worked out fine, but that was, that won't be stopping on any greens anytime soon.
No, not at 1,900 spin.
Yeah.
Just for average's sake, I'm just going to minimize that one for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 260. I mean, great numbers. I just hit it left. That's
I was a little closed on you.
When we're kind of talking about what I'd like to see from a 3-wood, I don't see one of mine go right at all.
No.
I'm seeing a lot of, if we're looking at dispersion patterns, seeing a lot of things go.
Yeah.
Be kind of down that left side.
I mean, I think we're coming to a conclusion that I'm not shocked by. I think we're going to stick with your RBZ Stage 2.
Yeah.
It's been in your bag for a reason all this time. I'm going to give it back to you one more time, watch you hit a nice little buttercut with it, and I think we'll be on our way.
Yeah, and I think that's a fine thing. That happens in a lot of our fittings anyway, where we have people come in and sometimes you just can't beat it, right?
Yeah.
And which is fine. Like, and we're not going to sell you on a product that we can't beat, because it's like Adam Schenk this week. He played, he won on tour this week with a G400 in the bag, using an old school tri-hot Rossi.
I-210 irons.
I-210 irons. Everyone on tour won with I-210 irons this week. So there's an element of if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Absolutely.
But if I had to kind of piece together like some options that I would switch to personally, not saying any of these are bad options, just this is why we get fit, right? Figure out what works for you. Just because your friend got fit for something doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Like, I would say from a looks point of view, I think the DS Adapt LS is the best looking head that I put down. So it'd definitely be kind of in the realm of conversation. And I think that QI35, just from like a looks and familiarity version, I think that would kind of lean me more towards that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, let's see why you're sticking with this one. Yeah, and folks, that'll do it.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. There's a lot of great options we have in our inventory. It might not always be the latest and greatest. It's about finding what works best for you.
Yep.
If you want to sign up for a new or a used fitting with either of us, just stop into one of our store locations or work with an online fitter at secondswing.com.